Alright, Mike, check. I apologize for that. I had to share this bad boy. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up out there. Oh, no. Hey, what up, Miles? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I saw Tracy here. What up, MD? Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, tonight we're going to talk about a high-level government official saying that he believes UFOs, UAPs, uh, are aliens. So it's not just like Billy Bob down the road saying this. It's kind of a big deal. We'll read the story about that. And then I got some videos I made especially for the folks, the subscribers, you guys. And I'll be putting them on TikTok too. So if you're a TikTok follower, you can check that out. But thank you, Miles. Miles says, "Is this over, or are you just getting started?" Yeah, I just started, buddy. MD says, "Hot Pog." What up, MD? Yeah, what up, Tracy? Who else was in here? All right. So the hell was that? The hell's that? No, don't make me start another TikTok live stream. Anyways, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. I was sharing it, Tracy, everybody. So, first story tonight is, quote, "We hope it's not an adversary here on Earth. NASA leader suggests UFOs could be aliens." Yeah, it was a NASA, high up NASA official. I'm sorry, guys. But that's still part of the government, technically, right? So I was right a little bit. Okay. The leader of NASA hinted at the possibility that some UFOs might be extraterrestrial life forms or beings from an alternate universe this week, which that's kind of crazy. Bill Nelson, who served as President Biden's NASA administrator since May, said Tuesday he didn't know for sure what some of the unidentified aerial phenomena seen by Navy pilots are. He said, however, that we hope it's not an adversary here on Earth that has this kind of technology. Bring up the topic of the search for alien life and the mystery of UFOs unprompted after a back and forth about what would happen if a massive asteroid hit the Earth. Quote, "Before we leave, I haven't even talked about the search for extraterrestrial life. What do you think we're doing on Mars? We're looking for life. This is part of NASA's mission. That's what this telescope is going to be looking for. Are there other planets elsewhere that there is life?" Nelson said near the end of a wide-ranging hour-long discussion with Larry Sabato of the University of Virginia's Center for Politics. Quote, "I know what you've seen is what those Navy pilots saw in 2004, and there have been some 300 sightings since then." Nelson said, quote, "I've talked to those pilots, and they know they saw something, and their radars locked onto it. And then all of a sudden, it was there," unquote. As he looked down, quote, "on the surface, and then there it is," unquote, as he pointed up. Quote, "And they don't know what it is, and we don't know what it is. We hope it's not an adversary here on Earth that has that kind of technology. But it's something, and so this is a mission that we're constantly looking. Who is out there? Who are we? How did we get here? How did we become as we are? How did we develop? How did we civilize? And are those same conditions out there in a universe that has billions of other suns and billions of other galaxies? It's so large I can't conceive of it." Sabato tried to milk a definitive stance from NASA administrator, pointing to a May episode of 60 Minutes on UFOs and commenting that there was speculation about whether the sightings were caused by China. The Russians are extraterrestrial intelligent beings. Yeah, let me stop there right there, guys. Sorry, I was smoking some sticky icky. I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm out here like Seth Rogen out here, our notorious big. But anyways, let me just tell you guys something that if you read up on the subject, like I'm sure Miles has, he's always making videos about it. A lot of you viewers may probably know too, but Billy Meyer, uh, Phil Schneider have talked about that there's a war, underground war between an alien, at least one, maybe two, three, who knows, an alien extraterrestrial race underground and the humans. So that's the biggest thing is like you guys have heard that saying, the greatest trick the devil ever did was make it, people believe he wasn't real. Well, the biggest thing about that was like Phil Schneider and others have talked about it. The thing that made him mad was the government knows all about this war that's allegedly going on underground, these extraterrestrial beings. And they didn't say anything to our people, okay? Do you understand? It's a big deal. You don't mention it to your own people, that means you're putting your own people in harm's way. Anyways, the Russians, Chinese, all that, okay, the human side, they're all on the same side. against this faction that's allegedly underground on Earth already. So you see whoever going to, Russia and America not getting along, or China and America, it's all a facade. They're all because humans are banding together against the extra. Do you understand? But they're scared because this extraterrestrial force has technology that we could only dream about. Anyways, this is crazy that they mentioned China, Russians, or whatever. Anyways, keep going. What is your theory? He asked Nelson. You've heard a lot of opinions. Which do you think is the most credible if you could choose? All right, so there's a little bit more, guys, to this one. Quote, I don't know the answer to that, Nelson said, but I do know this, that it's my personal opinion that the universe is so big, and now that there are even theories that there might be other universes, of course, the multiverse theory. We've all heard of that. And if that's the case, who am I to say that planet Earth is the only location of life form that is civilized and organized like ours? The NASA leader added, are there other planet Earths out there? I certainly think so because the universe is so big. And like I said, guys, if you don't know, you just got here. This is a high up NASA official saying this. This isn't Billy Bob down at the pub. So this is, I don't know why you're probably hearing about this the first time for me. And I dug and found this. You guys know I'm a paranormal nerd, reading every story I can. So I found this, but this should be front page news everywhere. You know what I'm saying, Miles, MD? Hey, what up, Tavia? Anyways, keep going, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Back in June, a long-anticipated but very brief assessment by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence discussed 144 reports of UFOs originating from U.S. government sources between '04 and '21. 80 were observed with multiple different sensors, and most reports described UFOs as objects that interrupted pre-planned military training or other military operations. Yeah, you guys ever, Miles probably heard about it, but there's officials, they're retired, of course, they're ex-officials, government officials that talk about when there were certain nuclear tests performed. Literally, they saw UFOs in the sky, and their tests and everything malfunctioned. And you can go back, and it's in movies and television shows. They talk about those kind of nuclear tests. Weren't even, like, it's crazy. Allegedly, they weren't even from aliens, interruptions, or not. It's from us in the future, going back because that nuclear test was something that wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, if it did happen, it would be like that, one step closer to the end of, doomsday, whatever you want to call it. So allegedly, they sent chrononauts, and that's what the government calls time travelers, chrononauts. They sent chrononauts back in time to disrupt that, but it's crazy. Time is allegedly cyclical, so once something happened, it's always supposed to happen, so that's when you interrupt it. They've had allegedly people were going back to try to assassinate the person who assassinated Abraham Lincoln, and every time just wouldn't work because it was supposed to happen. Like the people they sent back had brand new weapons that were OP as hell, and they would stand right by the dude, be teleported right by who was that crazy person who shot Abraham Lincoln in the theater. Well, they would go try to off him. They would send him with knives. The knife would break. Just time would tell. That's why they say time has a way of kicking back, if you guys believe that. Anyways, Miles says, Phil said we were 100 years ahead in 96. As tech advances, so does, you mean, yeah, at least, yeah. Anyways, so does the advancement in advancement. So we are probably hundreds by now. Oh, yeah, huh, man. Tavia says, hey, fam. What's up? What up, Tavia? How you doing? Why you guys, none of you guys have your wrenches? I'm sorry. I feel bad. Hey, what up, Jay? Jay's got his wrench. What'd he do? Mikey says, good. What up, Mikey? And then Miles says, oh, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I love you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Tavia says, oh, wow. And I got so many videos, guys. I think you're going to like them, so I appreciate it. Give me just a second. Jay says, good evening, Pac. In the Bible, it says the moon is neutral. What do you think that means? I know. Scary? They know something they're not. The moon is famously neutral. What are you talking about, dude? What is this guy smoking? I want some of that. Anyways, I don't know, man. Is it a refueling station? I've always heard from so many places that it's an artificial construct. Have you heard that, Jay? The moon allegedly was built long ago. Yeah, so that's just a rumor, though. We have It's not every day we go to the moon. Like literally, if you go to the moon, bro, it's like, well, they're on the newspaper the next day. They're famous. Everyone knows, well, it used to be back in. I don't know about today, bizarro world, Jay and everybody. How you guys doing? Excuse me. All right, so we're reading about all these 144 reports. The ODNI report said, quote, a handful of the UFOs appeared to demonstrate advanced technology. And in 18, you think? And in 18 incidents described in 21 reports, observers reported unusual UAP movement patterns or flight characteristics. The intelligence community warned that some UAP may be technologies displayed by China, Russia, another nation, or non-governmental entity, and they all know, trust me guys, me and Miles, Mikey, Tavia, everyone here, Jay, we're pretty sure that that's all a facade. Don't let them, we're worried about it could be China or Russia. Dude, stop lying. That's why we got in this situation in the first place. Stop lying. Just don't even mention it. We're afraid it's the Russians or the Chinese. We know you're all working together. Why do you think my Illuminati videos get 1 million views? We know. It's not a secret. All right? Literally, you guys ever see, where was it, in India or Indonesia recently, a year or two ago? They found one of those, what are they? Those, what are they called it? What are they called? Monoliths. It was in just planted. You guys remember when they're finding those monoliths just planted randomly in the ground? Well, they found one in Indonesia or somewhere, and bless those people's hearts. They were all way darker than me. Whatever village or wherever town they were at, but anyways, where the monolith was at, there's people all surrounding it, and the news people came and was like asking them, "What do you guys think about this monolith that's here?" And the people were like, not to be racial, but literally they had like an accent. So the guy was like, we don't want it here. It is Illuminati affiliated. Get it out of here. And the whole people were like, oh, get it out of here. They were upset about it. So, bless their hearts. They know, all right? There's not rumors about, and that's the biggest thing you guys know. Like, if you go look and you know your history, I think Miles read comic books maybe, but I used to. My brothers read comic books. When you travel a lot, you have to, read shit. So, you go read and they try to, in the, what was it, DC or Marvel, they try to make it sound like the Illuminati is like the saviors. If you ever go look, I'm not even joking you, in the comic books you'll see. And they're like, Spider-Man or Superman, whoever, I don't know if it's DC or Marvel, I don't know, because they're different. Whoever it is, they're like, all the heavy hitters are in the Illuminati. And then even if you go look on YouTube, you ever put Illuminati in the title, you'll get that little note under your video, and it goes, Illuminati is allegedly a group from the 1700s, like they're really, and then they go, but if you look, literally it says this on this little note, it goes, but Illuminati is just known to be the enlightened ones. That's really what it means. And I was like, A2, YouTube, don't be giving us your opinion. Give us the facts. I don't need no opinion. That's what I can't stand, is when it's more opinion than facts. Just give me the facts. I'll just provide the opinion, because I'm an idiot and I like to talk loud. And I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Let's keep going though. Thank you for great comments. And Miles says, I guess eating pizza. Jay Hawkins says, that's a great way of putting it, Miles. Makes sense. Oh, Miles says, I believe the moon is negative and the sun is positive. Yeah, man, you ever see those, same thing in comic books and in allegedly certain beings. You guys have seen them in movies. What was that movie where Seth Rogen was the alien? How he, in Superman and other things in media, they recharge through the sun. And like, there's like, what are they? If you're in solitary confinement, you never get the sun or nothing. You'll literally, they found out through experimentation and whatnot that you'll go literally insane without the sun and like getting a little outside. So that's why when they do nowadays, when they do you in solitary, what did you guys, anyone who knows anything about, it's 23 hours in your cell, and then what is it, an hour a day? You get like a foot of yard you get to just walk back and forth into. It's effed up, but they'd have to do that, or they would literally go so insane that they'll be wiping their own fecal matter on the walls. And if you go into the cell, try to calm them down, even try to give them a shot of something, they will go bat-ish. You better hope the convict or whoever's in there is not tough and like, a fighter. Because you will be in for the fight of your life. That's the worst thing you do. Everyone knows. It's a form of torture. You leave someone in like a cave to die, it's extra cruel, dude. It's worse than just leaving someone in a room to just, with a window, literally. You think, oh, what's the difference? Trust me, dude. When I was in jail for that, like, three nights or whatever, uh, the only thing that kept me going was the little tiny window and I learned when I got out that wasn't even real sunlight I was looking at the whole time. It was it was a fake light on the building, and I wondered why it stayed lit the whole time. But it kept. That's what literally I looked at. It was like, I'll make it out of this, and I kept that song. You guys ever heard? I don't know why, but I guess I was listening to it the night I was partying. The weekend I was. But it's the Lil Wayne song. It goes, only when the drugs are gone. Something, what is it? Only when the drugs are gone. Something, something. And that song kept repeating in my head like it was trying to, like, on repeat, like it's trying to drive me insane, and it almost did. So, I mean, there's many reasons to hate Lil Wayne, but that one I still blame Lil Wayne because you guys got to realize radio waves are the same thing as, brain waves. And they know how to manipulate radio waves. So, what does that tell you? Yeah. What were those? Go look at the people who are going to trial right now who stormed the Capitol. They're talking about they were brainwashed, and they're blaming this and that. It's real. They've perfected it. So don't ever, like I said, it's cool if you're whatever, but everyone knows, like, you can't control it. So, I mean, smart people don't ever brag about, like, hey, I'm this, I'm that, this pride, this power. Like real smart people, because you can't control what you are. It's cool if you're proud of what you are, man. Good for you. Good for you, bro. I'm glad you got confidence, but don't. Anyways, yeah, that's a great comment, Miles. Tavia says, no secret, we're not stupid, but government thinks we are. I know, Tavia, they think we're like little babies. You guys ever see American Dad when American Stan, the American Dad, he's hiding something. There's like, what is it, the peanut butter, the peanut butter Illuminati or some shit in the show. Uh, and anyways, at the end of the episode, the son, Steve, he goes, Dad, maybe when in your day when you were young, because Stan was trying to tell him, well, son, this is why we hide stuff, and this is why we keep information from people. And little Steve goes, well, Dad, maybe in your day that's what's true. Maybe people couldn't handle it, but nowadays, America's a big boy country, and we can handle it, and it's true. I think the people can handle it. I would rather know than be scared. I mean, humans got a lot of great people out here. We got The Rock. We got other great people walking around. I think we. The hell am I talking about, Jay? Yeah, Jay. I was going to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but yeah, my buddy. Shout out to A. Warren. I hope he's doing okay. Well, I guess that was a fake name, but whoever that guy was, shout out to him. He used to tell me about his weed all the time, and he told me one time he had 31% THC or something, and then one time it was like 40% THC. Anyways, it was just crazy stuff like that. Well, now I know, you got to look for terps. If it has a lot of terps, then that's really good. Anyways, let me just let you guys know I got this stuff, really good stuff, called California Dream. California Dream. Anyways, it is 75.24% THC. You guys believe that? Okay. Anyways, it's got 9.82 terps, guys. So if I start rambling and going off on a rant, I apologize in advance. Let's keep going. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Miles says, the monolith in Turkey said, look at the sky, see the moon. Really? Is that what it was? It like inscribed on there, Miles? Miles says, 23-1. Miles says, longest I spent in solitary was a month. Oh my goodness, you was in solitary, Miles? Yeah. Didn't they let you out like an hour or a half hour or something? Yeah, dude. And that was so you don't go insane. Because, yeah, those dudes are... I don't even know how to, allegedly some people, you go, and like I said, if you're a fighter, you're tough. You start rubbing shit on the wall, and you beat, and you want to fight. There's no more talking. It's crazy, and I would never wish that on my worst enemies. Anyways, guys, let's keep going about this high up NASA official talking about UFOs being aliens. The intelligence community that some UAP may be technologies displayed by China, Russia, or another nation or non-governmental entity, which we all know is that's BS. OD&I said that UFOs would, quote, would also represent a national security challenge if they are foreign adversary. Okay, bro, we get it. Collection platforms or provide evidence of a potential adversary has developed either a breakthrough or disruptive technology, unquote. Okay, we get it. You're very scared of someone else getting this technology. The possibility of UFOs being of extraterrestrial origin was not discussed. All right. So here's the last part of it. Navy pilots such as Commander David Fravor, Lieutenant Commander Alex Dietrich, and former Lieutenant Ryan Graves, along with the former head of the U.S. government's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Luis Elizondo, and a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, Christopher Mellon, all weighed in during the May episode of 60 Minutes to say that UFOs are real, though what exactly they are remains a mystery. Last year, videos from the Navy were released through the Freedom of Information Act showing UFOs moving at incredible speeds and performing impressive aerial maneuvers. One of the videos was shot November 2004, featuring the so-called Nimitz encounter, while the other two, during which Navy pilots could be heard expressing disbelief, yeah, you guys seen those, right, were shot in 2015. All three UFO videos were captured by Navy FA-18 Super Hornets, and the Pentagon has been working to confirm the authenticity of a number of other UFO videos. John Brennan, who served as director of the CIA under former President Obama, alluded to the existence of UFOs on a podcast in December, saying some of the phenomenon we're going to be seeing continues to be unexplained and might in fact be some type of phenomenon that is a result of something that we don't understand yet. Former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe also said in a June interview that UFOs exist, adding they appear to display technology that the United States does not possess and lacks the ability to defend against. Well, that's all you had to say. We get that. Yeah, that's the scariest thing you could say, huh, Miles J? Hey, what up, Dizzle Beats? Tavia. Yeah, just say that. Don't be like, if it's a foreign adversary, a duper duper duper. You know you're all working together. We all know. Stop acting like we're... Oh. Hey, what up, 405er? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here. So anyways, Miles, much love to you, man. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Miles said he's been in solitary for a month. Dizzle Beach says, what up, Pac? UFOs been all over the skies. They have, Dizzle. They really have. So you guys have been watching. And, yeah, so we checked that story out, guys. I'm trying to be professional for you guys. You guys know you deserve. If Robert Stack was still alive. You know? You guys remember that song from South Park? What would Brian Boitano do if he was here today? Well, I want to make a new version called What Would Robert Stack Do If He Was... You know, guys know Robert Stack. He hosted Unsolved Mysteries. So I would like to take that mantle. But America's kind of racial, and I don't know if they'll let me have it, guys. Give me that. And they go, get out of here. Beep. You ain't Robert Stack. Anyways, guys, try to be professional for you. All right. Coming up in just a few minutes, a missing boy was found by a man allegedly instructed by God, his words. We're going to look at that. And is this proof of God? You be the judge, of course. And then, these are just some of the stories, guys, got way more. And then, U.S. nuclear sub collides with a mystery object under the water. Okay? And where was that? You'll see that they should never hit a mystery object. You guys understand the radar and the technology they use should identify whatever hit them. We'll read that story coming up in just moments, guys. And then, hundreds of alien-like scrimps emerge in Arizona. What's going on down there in Arizona? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Okay? That's why I just asked you. Okay. And then, like I said, these aren't the only ones, guys. More to come. And then, another story. Human-like footprints could be over 6 million years old. And if this is true, this is going to change everything the scientists think they know about science and whatnot, and man. All right? Don't be coming at me, nerds. I got science stories. All right, anyways, guys, the first one up tonight. Let's read some comments before I get into it, guys. And then who says, we must stick together and term limits are a must and we overcome the elite. Oh, yeah, we got to stick together, and that's true. Miles says, I've seen and smelled people rubbing the blank. Oh, I'm sorry, Miles. It's awful. You never forget that smell. Oh, Miles, bless your heart, man. Well, we're glad. You sound like one of those special people, Miles, who Og Telly's talks about. Some people think you got to stay, but like pretend it's a vat of liquid, a vat of hair gel, whatever you want to. Some people think to get into heaven, you got to stay on top of that, and you can never go down. And Og Telly's and other, healing Og, smart people have talked about, people who allegedly have been through the soul recycling thing. They say to make it into heaven, you have to. Okay, you're born on top, right? We're all born on top of the scum, and then metaphorically, the worse you do, worse you do, the worse you see, the worse you have to go through. It kind of takes you deeper down in, right? So the bottom is the bottom, right? Basically, the depths of hell. But according to some smart people, because you guys know once you hit that, it's hard to come back, Miles, isn't it? But allegedly, if you can come out of that, somehow get back up to the top of the bucket of then you can make it into heaven, man, and no one can take that from you. And people have talked about Og Telly's, healing Og. Others talked about the trick of the light. A lot of people are familiar with that, but it's crazy. Yeah, it's very crazy. Like I definitely don't want to be like racial or nothing, but you guys know, like just naturally, like if you talk about like skinwalkers or like the Ninepi or something crazy that Native American folklore. Uh, there's certain things we talk about, but there's certain things I've heard people who aren't native, and they won't even talk about it because they're scared. Like I can't even say that word. And all I would tell you about that is I'm not trying to, like I said, make it about nothing like that. But the truth is, some people have like bad like omens and shit on them. Like bad spirits hanging over them, and they'll come hunting if you're susceptible like that sometimes. So that's why I don't. Anyways, Miles says I've seen and smelled it. Oh yeah, man. Love you, buddy. 4 5 says Hot Puck. What up, buddy? Miles says they say Tom DeLonge is just a spokesperson, same as Musk. Oh really? Oh wow, man. Jay Harkins says NASA got a signal from the middle of the Milky Way, but they can't understand the signal. Dizzle Beach says, ooh, he touching that bare hand. And then Miles is laughing and says, "It's hard. It's hard getting out. Remember, things can always get worse." Oh yeah, Miles. Yeah, man. I think that's part of being like humbling yourself and whatnot. I mean, me. It would be like because that's the first thing I realized was my mama wasn't gonna come get me. No one's gonna come get me. I had to get myself out of this, and not to act like I missed her, whatever, or nothing. But the truth is, I was locked in that cell, and those guards were a-holes. They did not give a f. They were pretty rough with the people, to be honest with you, when I was in there. But I remember when I knocked because I couldn't take it anymore, and I was just been transferred to a cell with like 30 dudes in it. No, there was like 20 dudes in it, but it was only meant for 4. So they had us overloaded in the cell, and I was like, man, I can't take this because, we were joking before because when there was 4 of us in one cell. When they go, we're gonna have to, move you guys in another cell. Me and my homies were joking with my buddies that were in the cell that I'd made. They were like, if anybody tries any funny stuff, you got my back. And I was like, I got your back. And then his other buddies were like, I got you too. So we all made a pact that we'd be cool. Make sure no one got attacked. And we went in there, and it was like us 4 with 20 other people. And anyways, I couldn't take it anymore, so I banged on that door, and I opened that little thing up where you can talk, and I go, because it was like at noon. They said the judge was leaving. The judge only stayed till noon. So if you didn't get seen by the judge by noon, then you weren't going to get out. And it was like 12:15, and I was like, no, I'm going to have to spend another day in this hell because there was nothing to do, guys, except watch a dude pee or poop in the corner, which is very horrible. Anyways, yeah, it's not a life for me. I realized it's not the life for me. But so I banged on it, and I said, just let us get out and see the judge. My lawyer's waiting to hear from me, which is true. I had a lawyer, I still do, even though he's a judge now. But anyways, I mentioned that, straight sounded like a straight Larry Bird out there. Hey, I need to say my lawyer. Anyways, one of those dude guards was like, I didn't, I closed the thing and I was like, all hope is lost. I'm gonna have, it was looking bleak, dude. I'm not made for that. Yeah, so I don't know how anybody could spend, like bless Miles and anyone who had to do like solitary. Oh my goodness, just the regular was hard enough for me. But wouldn't you know it? About 10 minutes later, the door opens up, chink, and then he let like 10 of us go. And man, I remember I jumped up and ran out of there, and I was like, "My lawyer! I got a lawyer. He's waiting for me." I mean, I was harping on it so hard, so it literally saved my life. So that's why some people don't mention their. My dad, he thinks all lawyers are scum, and I was like, "What?" I told him about my lawyer, and I was like, he literally saved my life like 3 times. He got, we won, got my babies back, and then, I won the divorce and everything. It's just how can you? And then he was just like, well, lawyers aren't good. I understand, pops, but this guy's like, he's like an angel sent into my life. Like my life would be completely different if I didn't have Mr. I'm not gonna say his name. Maybe he don't want to. But he's a great man, and I owe him. What is I talking about, Dizzle or Miles? Miles says, "Oh no, you don't tell out the slot. That pisses them off." LOL. That's what I thought, Miles. I was like, I thought they were gonna get mad, but I opened it, and so it worked, though, man. And I got out. So much love to everyone here. You guys have a blessed night. And if there's anything me and Miles can do to give back, let us know. I don't know how much Miles has to give back, but I know I got a lot to give. So I want to thank everyone for giving me a chance. First of all, we're gonna get into them stories right now. I worked long and hard on all these videos for you guys and gals. So first one up is a scary one. What do you guys think? All right, there's a legend in Thailand of a, what do they call it? A gongoi. I don't know if you've heard of a Miles, J, 405 or Dizzle, but the gongoi is like, it appears to be like a little kid, but it only has one leg, and then when it turns to see you, it's like got a horrific face, and like it can like end your life. I guess I don't know what the legend exactly is, but let's check this story out about the Thailand gongoi ghost with the video, and we'll be back, and we're going to look at proof of God and a mystery UFO craft also next. Coming right up.
Gongoi ghost video goes viral in Thailand October 6, 2018. Eerie footage of a one-legged ghost of Thai mythology has recently been viewed over 3.5 million times. In Thailand, the gongoi is a mythological child-sized spirit that lives in the woods. It is said to appear as roughly humanoid but with a single, central leg on which it hops around. It has long dark hair and earns its name from its tendency to scream gongoi, gongoi. This latest viral video, which was uploaded onto Facebook last week by Chanta Luke, allegedly shows the elusive specter hopping along the side of a road while illuminated by the lights of a car. But is this really evidence of the legendary gongoi, or is something else going on? While a fair number of viewers in Thailand seem convinced by the footage, it certainly seems possible that what the video actually shows is someone dressed up as the ghost as part of a prank. But what do you believe?
All right, guys, what do you think about that? You know, I'm not trying to be no way, you know, no act no way about to know, but that was Larry Bird's. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going, guys. Hey, what up, Two Hats? You sending unicorn kisses, I see. That's very cordial and nice of you. Thank you. Anyways, that was a scary little video, guys. Parental guidance, and we've got another one coming of a UFO slash mystery object that was just filmed. It's a crazy story. You'll see it. And then if you're wondering, I'm going to post all these videos in an HD version. Well, 720p. When you put it up on 720p, guys, on YouTube now, they don't even count it as HD. You're a bunch of jerks, YouTube. We're not all rich, man. Got a big Mac. Oh, I got a MacBook. What's that other one? iMac. Yeah, I don't have an iMac, so those have a lot of memory. I need an iMac. Okay. What the hell are we talking about? We're about to watch that other video. Let me read some comments, guys. Jay Hawkins says, if anyone hasn't said thank you lately for all your hard work, thank you. Oh, thank you, Jay, buddy. That's nice of you, man. Yeah, no, yeah, I think every now and then I get those, and it really, it really means a lot, Jay, because you guys are what matters, the viewers, and some people are stuck in their views, and that's cool, but some people can be talked to and rationed with, just like I try to be, and that's the funnest time is when you meet someone who's, on your wavelength that you can talk to, and maybe sometimes you can sway, and sometimes they'll sway you about stuff, Jay? And it really does matter, man. People matter, bro. That's just my opinion. Let me be clear. Much thank you, Jay, man. You're going to make me blush. Miles says, Unsolved Mysteries was one of my favorites. I know, Miles. Wasn't it so great? It was one of mine, too, buddy. I didn't like the replacement guy. Yeah, who was that? Dennis Farina? He was like, yo, we got an Unsolved Mystery coming over. I was like, calm down, dude. We get it. You're from Brooklyn. You're all about, I know he could never match Miles. That's the thing is the new one. We got to just because that's what they try to do. They're like, let's get a guy with a cool voice who's kind of like in the streets. That was kind of Robert Stack. Every video he had a cool voice, and every video he was like in a cemetery. So he was in them streets as far as as far as I could tell. So you have to just do something new, get someone new. Some guy who looks Latino, maybe. What's up, Miles? Anyways, Miles says, Pac, I nominate you for Unsolved Mysteries. Oh, thank you, Miles. Miles, I'll switch over to Miles. Miles in the control room. Miles goes, yes, we've got a scumbag that we've been tracking for. Dun, 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 dun. You remember those updates, Miles? Dun, 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 dun. Those are cool. Update. But I'll just do my real voice. Update. People are like, I don't like that new guy. I know, man. Just give him a chance, man. Just to be like 10 years in, people say, I don't like him. Just give him a chance, man. Thank you, Miles, buddy. That means a lot, man. Thank you, Jay. Insane Irby says that had a long jump to be human dressed up. That had a long jump to be human dressed up. I know, huh? It had one leg, too. Did you notice? That's what their legends say. It has one leg. So, there's a reason there's, like, local legends. You guys, like I told you guys a couple, I put a video on the other channel, but it was about, what I was telling you guys about Ninnipees and skinwalkers and stuff. Those are prominent in southern Oklahoma because that's usually where people see them or encounter them. And so, yeah, man. Good comment. Two Hat says, got the iMac Book 2000 up for sale. Whoa, you got an iMac? Or the iMac Book. So the iMac is like just a big giant computer monitor and the whole computer's in that. Or do you got the book that closes Two Hats? 2000 up for sale. It don't even come out till 2030. $50. Damn, for $50. And it don't come out till 2000. Sold. Where do you want to? Where do I send the money? And can you please get delivery confirmation? Miles says, they talked about ET abductions, everything. Two Hats, I won't even let 5G in my house. Damn, Miles, got him. Why don't you think, Two Hats? Why don't you, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, though. And let's check this next story out. I think you'll like it, guys. It's not, I don't know, it's kind of creepy, but it's not quite as scary. But it is, as far as I can tell, you guys know. We try to give everyone a chance, but sometimes when the facts point to everything. What is that? Occam's razor, baby. What's the most logical is probably what's happening. Okay? Don't ever kid yourself. Literally, there's great minds who they have to use Occam's razor, because guess what? Miles may know about it. Irby, Two Hats. You'll drive yourself insane. Keep wondering. Keep like, oh wait, what this? I gotta know. I gotta know. Sometimes you gotta just use what's the most likely. Okay, so. Anyways, let's check out this mystery craft video, allegedly from inside, I believe, was it Dulce or Area 51? You guys will see. It's pretty scary, creepy stuff, because it's so recent. It's just from the other day, or maybe, I don't know exactly. Check it out though. I love you guys. We'll be right back. Next on the PacLives. Okay, we'll be right back.
Video shows mystery craft at Lockheed facility October 2, 2021. The clip shows the body of some futuristic aircraft at Lockheed's Helendale radar cross-section facility. The footage, which first appeared on Twitter around 2 weeks ago, was posted up by user Ruben Hoffs, who claimed to have found it on TikTok. It shows a black aircraft body of some kind being towed outside a prominent Lockheed facility. Coincidentally, this morning I stumbled upon a very interesting TikTok video of an unknown shape on a flatbed trailer, Hoffs wrote. The scaffolding in the background got my interest, and this appears to be the Helendale radar cross-section facility. Also, this does not seem to resemble the so-called pole cap used for calibration purposes. So if it isn't that, then what is it? Some users questioned how the footage came to be, given that it must surely be difficult to get within such close range of a secretive aircraft being towed around in broad daylight. The original creator of the clip remains unclear. Jeff Babione, general manager of Lockheed's Skunk Works arm, was even asked about the video during a recent Defense One interview but refused to comment on it. So, could this really be evidence of some secretive aircraft being developed at Lockheed, or is it perhaps simply a common component of some existing vehicle that it has in production? Let's take a look at some footage and you be the judge.
An apparently previously unseen low observable aircraft test shape has emerged, with initial open source intelligence research indicating it was spotted at Lockheed Martin's secretive Helendale radar cross-section measurement facility. This site, located in the Mojave Desert not far from the company's Skunk Works headquarters at Plant 42 in Palmdale, California, is among the most sophisticated of its kind and has played a key role in the development of U.S. stealth aircraft since the early 1980s. While we don't know what this shape is intended to resemble, it provides a timely reminder of some of the exotic test work that's clearly going on behind closed doors, at facilities like Helendale and others, on a number of advanced combat jet development programs that we know about, as well as more stealthy aviation work going on in the classified realm.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you like that little video. It's just a little video. I'll cook up a little bit. Okay. But anyways, it really was pretty crazy if you think about it. We're about to look at proof of God, question mark. You let me know. Two Hats Miles, 405er. Anyways, Two Hats says, ain't used a razor in years. Well, that's TMI, Two Hats. Thank you for that. 405er says, thumbs up. Miles says, shit, I haven't seen this one. Crazy thing is, we keep uploading military stuff to an Asian-owned company. Just saying. Miles says, I guarantee that thing cloaks. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. So, if you notice, the dude wouldn't comment about it. So, all right, guys. Is this proof of God? You be the judge. I'll be right back.
Missing boy found by man instructed by God, October 14, 2021. A 3-year-old who wandered off into the woods was found after a man was told by God to go look for him. The peculiar incident began on October 6 in Plantersville, Texas when 3-year-old Christopher Ramirez followed a neighbor's dog into the woods and disappeared while his mother was unloading groceries from her car. Quickly realizing that he was missing, his mother desperately searched for him but to no avail. The dog later returned on its own, however the young boy was nowhere to be found. Before long, an extensive search and rescue operation was underway involving not only the FBI but a significant number of local volunteers who spent several days scouring the local woodland. Fortunately, 3 days after he had gone missing, Christopher was discovered 5 miles from his home by a local volunteer. Despite being tired and hungry, the boy was in surprisingly good condition following his ordeal. What made his rescue even more incredible, however, was the circumstances surrounding it. The man who found him, who wished to remain anonymous and is not suspected of foul play, claimed that during a Bible study class the previous evening, he had been told by God to go and search for the child because he would definitely find him. He headed out as instructed the following morning and incredibly, actually did find him. Whether or not he really did have a divine experience, it is possible that if he hadn't believed he would find the boy, he may never have even tried and Christopher may never have been located.
Is this proof of God? You be the judge.
Hey, what up, guys?
You put pepper
Got a
out.
little baby on here wanting macaroni and cheese. I'm fixing to have to go make that, guys. But we're gonna watch a video though before that. Don't worry, Jay. Don't worry, Miles. See that little baby hand trying to hit me in the face, but it just deflected. Jay Hawkins says, I wonder if it has the capability to go totally invisible. Looks like it. And then who is that? Miles says, uncovering at high noon. Folk will think, oh, that ain't nothing. If it was secret, they do it at night and cover it up. This, hide it in plain sight. Yeah, dude. That dude wouldn't comment, so, I mean, it's very telling. Miles says, I caught a half-moon looking craft escorting a military cargo jet. Question to everyone, do you think hell is under us or dimensional, or are we living in it? You know, you gotta, if you believe in God, you know, you have to believe, you know, there's gotta be, you know, bad, you know, the devil or whatever you want to call it. If you believe in good, you know, there's gotta sadly be. So, I don't know, man. I have heard that there is a, I don't know. I hate to say it's a real place, but like, I mean, it's real in a sense, you know, from what I've gathered, Miles. And yeah, man, it's crazy. Good question, bro. And then 405 says yes. Oh, damn, really? You think Two Hats says duality is a hoax? What do you mean by that, Two Hats? Jay Hawkins says, I say second and third Miles. Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of smart people have said, that, you know, it's, they're, you know, lower dimensions, literally, are what you would call hell, you know. Alrighty, guys. Okay, so, did we watch that one? So, you let me know, is that, you know, was God talking to that guy? You know, it's crazy. Anyways, moving on, guys. Let's watch another one real quick. And this one is footprints that, well, before we look at that, okay, here it is. Let me make sure I got all the videos. Alright, let's look at this ancient footprints. Could be 6 million years old, guys. So. And then 405 says, God is real. Oh, yeah, man. I believe God's real. Insane Herbie says, I know of several stories of such divine guidance, and I have a few of my own. Oh, really? I'd like to hear them. But most don't believe such wild tales, so I keep them to myself mostly anymore. Oh, yeah, Insane Herbie. And it's sad, you know, because, yeah, they'll label you crazy, and they'll like, yeah, it's messed up, man. And even some people you've known for years, man. You like some people you like, hey man, I'm gonna open up to this guy or this lady or whoever, and they laugh at you or they just don't, they don't take you serious. So it's important to be able to talk about anything really with any, So I think these kind of live streams, all the paranormal channels who have live streams are great, because people have a lot of crazy stuff they went through, and it's good to talk about it because you normally can't talk about it with, just like Insane Irby was saying, you have to keep it bottled in, but that doesn't mean you don't believe in you know just like I believe that guy was guided by a greater force, and if you want to call it God, more power to you. I don't. I'm just from what I've seen going around and stuff. Like I told you guys before, to me it seems like the smartest people, when they know the most about certain things, they usually won't be the first to talk about it or whatever usually, but when they do get to talk about it, they're going to fill you up with so much knowledge that you can't even. So, a lot of people won't talk about it, but when they do, when you get them going in St. Irby, it's so it's good that we got places people, even if it's just a YouTube channel or whatever, maybe YouTube chat. It's good to be able to talk about things you went through, and yeah, I've seen divine things. I thought Irby, and you've probably heard about the miracle of Fatima, and where was that? And I hate to say the wrong place, but wherever that happened, I want to say south, like Mexico, New Mexico, somewhere type place, but I don't want to be wrong. But the legend of Fatima was these three kids were dirt poor, and they were walking across what is it like some kind of desert sand area, and all of a sudden, they're hit with a giant blinding light, and they all say they see the same thing, which is a lady, you know, just covered in divine light, basically, telling them certain things. And there's actually one of the little kids is like an old lady now, and she said she can't reveal. There's like three predictions this divine entity told these little kids, and the third one she couldn't tell, but for some reason. But the two they know about were allegedly came true. It's crazy, but it's all kind of stuff like that where, if you heard that and you didn't experience it, you'd probably like, yeah, sure, man. But you got to realize that the reason, the tale of Jesus, which Jesus was a real person, that endures and people still, worship, whatever. Uh, is because I think there's a lot of truth in it, and people like to embellish, And the thing about it is, they were looking at some scientific show. I was, where was it? Some on History Channel or something, but they were looking at Jesus, and they looked at the cave he allegedly, the story of Jesus and the cave he allegedly came out of, and how what was it like the story goes like two angels appeared and moved the big giant stone in front, because you guys remember they like locked Jesus in a cave and put a big giant rock in front of it, and when he was resurrected, they allegedly like two divine angels or spirits or something came and moved the rock or something, or I forget exactly how, but they've allegedly witnessed that. They went back in time and witnessed that really happening, and anywho, they the show wasn't about religion or anything. It was about science, and it was like, okay, let's take this rock, and then and they said it would take more than two people to even move a rock like that. That was as big as the one that was covering the cave. So the fact that they say two divine beings are just Jesus did it himself. However it was done, it doesn't add up, right? The science. There's two guys. You could have two rocks, two of the rocks, two Dwayne the Rock Johnsons out there, and that couldn't still move this giant. It would take like 5, 6, 10 rocks to move the big giant. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, guys, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Two Hat says duality describing good and evil. One could not exist without the other, so they cancel each other out. Well, it's also, if you believe in, I guess you call it Christianity, the story of Jesus when you take him into your heart and you believe, which I just think that's God, I don't think anybody would be upset by that. Uh, but I think that if you really believe, what the story is, then he died for our sins, right? So then that means we're in the green, right? So and it makes you feel good. And I don't like, being patronized and that's the only skepticism I have about it. It makes me feel too good, is there's this divine being that loves us so much that he already forgave us. And you know what? I've effed up so much in my life. I wish literally, I could go back in time and just fix something, change one thing, not do this thing. And it's crazy. Anyways, Miles says they spray the chemtrail here to make it foggy at night to cover up what's going on. Oh yeah, speaking of that, man, Tyler Mommy sent me a couple videos. I might put those on the big channel. But oh man, they were like a bunch of crazy lights in the back of where I think her or her family lives at. It's crazy. I'll show those though. But good comment, Miles. Miles says, I don't know how you do the ghost stuff, Pac. I'm a magnet for bad shit. Oh yeah, Miles, it's crazy. I felt just really, not good at all this last one. So it was crazy. But thank you for checking that out. Anyone who checked that one out. Like I said in the video, as soon as, because I don't know if you saw it good enough in the video, it said 1080p, so I don't know if it exported like that. I haven't been there to check it. You guys know I've been trying to make other content, but it said it exported. So, but when I was trying to walk on that, when I went to the last ghost hunt at the old marketplace, Miles, as soon as I walked on it, I heard like it was giving out. And I looked down and I looked down the camera, and I don't know if you saw it or you heard it, but it was pretty scary, dude. I thought I was about to fall. And then when I went and looked, you saw that there was about 20, 15, 20-foot fall, at least 10-foot fall, which is like, okay, well, whatever, dude. You're going to fall 10 feet, 15 feet, whatever. But if you went and looked on the bottom of there, which I showed on the camera, which I think Miles saw, if he watched it, there's nothing but broken wood planks sticking up all in the bottom. So if I'd have I'd have fucking fell on all that broken wood, and I would have been really, really severely, like it could have took my, and then the ladder to get out of that basement area that I was walking on, that I was afraid I was going to fall into, Miles. The ladder to get out was wooden, and it was completely destroyed. It was in the corner. I got it on the video. It's like someone went with a hammer or a storm did it or something, but there's a plank, and you can see where, like, at the bottom, like a tiny little piece of wood stuck to it, where it kind of sort of looks like a broken ladder, but it just looks like a piece of discarded wood, but that is the ladder. And then if you look down, you see all the steps, the wooden steps that are just completely torn off. So I would have been injured, and I would have never had a way out of there. I mean, I'd have to do some Spider-Man-ish or something. So it was very dangerous, Miles. Thank you for checking that out. Anyone, definitely, people telling me to not do that again. So definitely don't. I probably won't go alone, Miles. I'll have to take someone with me. So might take pepperoni. What do you guys think? People are like, man, don't put him in danger's way, stupid. I know, huh? They'll be like, ruh, ruh, ruh. Anyways, 405 says, right, true, you were right. Yeah, man. Two Hat says, Giants and Titans existed. Oh, I believe that, man. You just go look at Shaquille O'Neal or anyone like that. George Murasan, Dirk Nowitzki. These guys are giants, Look at a regular person, me, which is 6 foot whatever, 6'3". No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm like 5'11" or something. Who knows, man? These are numbers, guys. I'm not, no. But I'm definitely not 7 foot. And that you should put someone up that big next to me, I look like a little kid and shit. It's like, what? You try to fight someone like Shaq, and he just puts his hand in front of your head, and you're like trying to swing, you can't even hit him. You're like, oh, get off me. And then 405 says about Jesus. Oh yeah, man. Thank you, buddy. Insane Herbie says, too much archaeology and historical proofs that show Bible stories are true. Oh, yeah, good comment. See my playlist, Ron Wyatt, and also the Caldwells. Proof galore. Yeah, dude, there's people who go out and literally hunt. They go and find places that were allegedly in the Bible and other holy writings, don't they, Insane Herbie? If that's, I think that's a little bit kind of what you're talking about. But and they go investigate them, and they found proof of, like, you guys, if you haven't seen, where is it, in somewhere across the world, multiple places, they thought they found the what is that, Noah's Ark, and they went somewhere, and they you can literally see it protruding out of the ground. It's like a huge ship, and they asked the government of, where is it, Netherlands or somewhere, wherever it is, and the government won't let them dig it up and see if it's and some hiker or something, because it's illegal to mess with any of their historical, and I guess that old whatever it is in the side of that mountain is considered historic, so the government of that whatever won't let them dig. But somebody got wise and pulled a little piece of it out, which is, I think, highly illegal. And they tested it, and it said it was like from, like 2,000 years ago or something insane, dude. It's crazy. Thank you for that comment, Herbie. And then Two Hat says, Allah bless America. Oh, yeah, man. Allah, God, Jesus. Hopefully, everyone knows that. That's why, whenever they try to say that, like, Muslims are committing terrorizer attacks, Two Hats, anyone who knows anything about the world knows that those aren't real Muslims. A real Muslim and a real Christian, and you go look at anyone, real Buddhist, real whatever, someone who's really in touch with themselves and they're really religious, they're not just faking it, they're about love. They're not out here suicide B-wording airliners. Okay, you have these televangelists who are getting private jets, and they're telling their stupid false, no offense if you follow me, but they're telling their gullible followers that they're this and they're that, and their followers just eating it up, because it's easy to hide behind religion. So that's why, don't let them fool you, guys. You run into a real Muslim, a real Christian, a real whatever, they're not good. The last thing in the world they'll do is harm to you, because again, they really believe what they really. Go look at all their writings. The Bible famously says, turn the other cheek. Pray for your enemy. Okay, so when you see someone out here who's claiming they're about Jesus or whatever, they're about blubber this and that, and they're